Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another NTW 3 battle for you today, and this is an interesting one. It's the first of 3 battles that are going to be making up a small mini-series that we have, which is going to be based around the Battle of Borodino. So my subs and some members of the Discord decided that they wanted to try and do a 3-part battle on the Battle of Borodino, trying to cover every single front possible, because they feel like you don't really get the scale of the battle in like just a basic 4v4. So they decided to do 3 4v4s, and they had each corps from every like sort of front. So in this one, we have Eugene here, and we have also Rainier over here, who are historically the the generals that took up the left flank. And yeah, so we're going to see a lot of Italians here today, and looks like also a lot of like Germans here. So not actually many French units, ironically. But yeah, so they are going to make up, I don't know what corps it is that makes up the Russian, well, Russian right, I guess, and the French left. But yeah, so this is the first of a 3-part series, and they're going to be following each other. So tomorrow you'll have the center, and then the final day you'll have the right flank. So we'll work from left to right. We've got some really big cinematic battles, some like absolutely chaotic ones, I've been told. And we're starting off here with a really good one, I've been told as well. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. We've got Velites of like the Royal Guard here. We've seen these units plenty of times before from the Italians. We have got some Frenchies here, I guess, which is good. You know, they've got to represent the French here a bit. It looks like we've got lots of like German Chevaliers over here as well. Yeah, we've got 3 Eugene corps and then 1 Rainier, I believe. Eugene was the main corps in this left flank. And yeah, so I believe they're going to like all fight on this left flank here to try and really contain what is going on. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. And you can see here that already the guns setting up. I think it's also just trying to give the Russians a bit of a better chance of winning the battles. Obviously, the winner will be the one that wins, well, 2 of the 3 battles. So yeah, so we'll have to see whether the Russians can do it. Or maybe on a smaller scale, their numbers will matter a bit more, because they can just throw a lot of numbers into a small area, but we'll see. Because they usually do bring larger armies than the French, but, I mean, these French armies aren't small, that's for sure. Back here, we've got more Velites. That's the problem as well, there's going to be a lot of guardsmen in these armies. A lot of guardsmen. Oh, are they Grenadiers, the line? Grenadiers, the Royal Guard, Italy. Okay. I got excited from them thinking they were Grenadiers of the Guard. Or Grenadiers of the line, sorry. Because they do look awesome. We got Chevaliers here. And what else have we got? Just a bunch of, like, troops here. These are all, like, Confederation of the Rhine troops, like, it looks like, by the way. Or Saxon troops, maybe. Actually, more precisely, I think these are more precisely Saxon troops. Looking at the banners. What have we got here? Uhlans. What have we got out here? Chasseur, Cheval. Yeah, lots more infantry over here. And these all look like... Oh, this is Devu here, actually. So I was lying. We do have a different army. We do have Devu instead, in fact. Not a 2... I think we have 2 Eugenes and then a Devu and a Rainier. Which makes a bit more sense. Devu was kind of like left of center. You might have Grenadiers the line though. I can't see any at the moment. That's all I'm looking for right now. Lots of Carabiners. I mean, these are big units, like 140. And there's some bigger ones back here. Oh, actually, I say they look a bit smaller. No Grenadiers the line though. I'm very upset. All I'm gonna say. They must be somewhere. But the Russians are starting to form up now, so the battle should be getting underway pretty shortly. Hopefully. Because if you're enjoying the NTW3 action and want to see more of these sort of like mini-series battles, we were thinking about doing Waterloo as another one. Leipzig would also be a good one, and Aspern Essling you could also try and do. So we're going to try and do a few more of these mini-series sort of battles. We'll obviously won't miss out on like just the normal pitch battle, like the normal historical battles, which is just over 1 video. But yeah, if you want to see more like longer sort of like mini-series like this, do let me know if you're a fan of it. Certainly is going to be an interesting concept to see whether it works. And as you can see, yeah, the whole left-hand side of the map is going to be where it's dominated. It seems like Devu is just going to take the longest to get there. Whether they'll wait for him, I don't know. And then obviously the right flank one's going to be all fought around like Utitsa down here. And then the center will be fought over this sort of like Great Battery and this town here, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of that. But yeah, so it's really fought over Borodino itself and Gorky. And that sort of river line there. Well, here, in fact. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, that is for sure. I imagine the center is going to be where you're going to have like the things like the Guard and the Cuirassiers and and things like that being thrown in. And the right is the Poles, which I am aware of. And that'd be good to see the Poles in action. That could be a good fight for the Russians because the Poles are going to struggle in melee, if I'm correct. They don't do too great. Why are these trilliers at the back? They might as well get forward, start sharpshooting at people. But yeah, this is certainly already looking like a good one. I mean, the Russian Guard as well, I imagine, will be in one of the battles. I don't know if it's in this one. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see when it's bought. Integration, I imagine, is in the center. So they're not going to have their best core until the center battle. Which, again, makes sense for the French as well. I imagine they'll have Oudinot. And maybe Davout again. I'm not sure. They might have elements of Davout in both battles. I'm really not sure. Because they definitely don't have every single core commander. I don't think that was at Borodino here available. Here are the Russians, though. You can see they're already on the Great Barrier. So this looks like this is going to be the far extreme of the battlefield, almost just to here. Whether they're going to cover this, because this is where the Great Battery is in history, so whether they're going to have this in both battles, I don't know. Look at the guns set up. The Russians are ready to go. I am excited, that is for sure. I'm really excited to see how this goes down. But yeah, if you want to get involved in some of these historical battles or send in your own NTW3 battles, feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. You are more than welcome to join. And even if you don't want to send in your own replays, just want to chat along with myself and some other subs, you're also more than welcome to. Or just, you know, come chill. You're all welcome. Look at that, very nice shot. Hopefully killing some Frenchies. Looks like they are. There's some Schutzen coming forward here. I guess maybe to just skirmish. And the French are pushing across now. We've got Eugene here making a push. Looks like they're going to try and attack this the left, this Russian army here that's waiting. Obviously, the Eugene Corps over on this side really doesn't want to just throw its force across the river. It's probably pretty suicidal. But yeah, certainly at the moment it seems like a gap between the Grand Battery and that Russian army. So Eugene trying to take advantage of that along with Rainier. Rainier just going to go straight up towards the battery. And these Germans are going to have a tough old fight, that is for sure. Certainly for the Russians, at least, there's going to be a lot of allied infantry. Rainier, you know, they're not like, they're good troops, but they're not French troops. It's got to be like that. And it's kind of the same with a lot of these Italian troops as well, you'd imagine. I imagine they're going to struggle in melee if the Russians can get themselves into melee. The French infantry, like actual French infantry, will do pretty well. But allied infantry, I wouldn't say so much. There you go, the first few shots of the battle have been released, and I mean, what they're going to be taking on some, yeah, it's like all, I mean, this is just infantry from like Dalmatia, and this is Italian again. It's not bad. The Italian Legares can be pretty handy, but yeah, there's a lot of Spanish troops there as well, a lot of allied troops. So have to see how these guys do. They've got the Joseph Bonaparte unit, in fact. Yeah, they've got Velites of the Grenadier Guards as well moving up. So whether they're going to use the Guardsmen to try and challenge melee, I don't know. Be interesting to see. We've got cavalry now moving up. Hussars, where are they going to... Are they really going to try and get through these stakes? Oh, yep. They're going to try and go through the stakes. Okay. That's suicidal. But it kind of worked. They actually did break through. But they broke instantly. They are going to send the gun carriages, like, sprawling. But look at the bodies of dead cavalry there. That was not worth it. The Hussar unit... Is it sacrificing itself just to allow the second one to have a go? I think it is. We have Uhlans here clashing with what looks like Cossacks. And it looks like, I mean, both sides could break here, really. Cossacks did break, and the Uhlans are now going to take advantage. I thought they maybe were going to charge through. Still not really much of a gap. Whether an infantry charge would have been a better solution, I feel like that might have worked. But we've got cavalry as well charging in over here. They're going for guns. Chasseurs here going in. Look like they might have charged over stakes as well. And we have got Russian dragoons coming up to support. And it looks like the Russian guns are going to get out there alive. And the cav has in fact broken. We've got more chasseurs coming up, more Italian chasseurs. Yeah, again, just charging the stakes. This is not healthy for you boys. Don't do it. Oh, they actually look pretty cool, you know. I do like the look of them. French guards going in there. Well, not French, Italian guards going in. And in they go. Bayonets twirling. They are just going ham. They are not messing around. Carabiniers, the guard. Yeah, these Velites, the guard, are not doing it. And Grenadiers doing a little bit better. I mean, I'd expect like these guys do pretty well, but We'll have to see. Already infantry here, breaking for the French. It's not a good sign. We have got a charge as well over here. I told you these battles are chaotic. They started chaotic, that is for sure. Uhlans did break through, did break the guns. Are getting broken themselves though by Russian squares. Rainier and Davout now making a big push on this side here, but we will return it in a moment as the Russians have countercharged over here. We've got Dragoons already going in. Infantry being stalled by the Russian Dragoons, but not destroyed entirely. And we now got Carabiniers here forming square to try and stop the Russian Dragoons from flanking. But there you go. Velites of the Velite Grenadiers broken, and the Grenadiers of the Italian Guard broken. So the Russians hold on for now. Big win there for the Russians, though, breaking those guardsmen. That might make the French rethink making assaults like that. They might be better just like going into a line fight. Infantry here battling with the Saxon infantry. So they storm the Great Redoubt. Can they take it, though? There's now Cav coming in. You've got Chasseur Cheval from Verdberg, in fact. I don't know what they're going to try and go for, but it looks like they're maybe trying to look for a gap in the line. I don't know. There's infantry waiting behind patiently. Whether they can form square is another matter. Doesn't seem like it. Cavalry also is now going to make a quick withdrawal. There's plenty of Russian cav, by the way, waiting back in. Look at all these dragoons waiting patiently. It's a scary sight for those Frenchies. If they break through, they've got that to deal with. I've got French infantry here struggling away. I mean, they're dueling with like 3 or 4 Russian units. That was never going to work for them, even if they are French. There's also a line fight going over here as well, and you can see the Russians are being very aggressive. We've got Carabiniers here getting engaged by the Cossacks. Looks like they might break them pretty quickly. Yeah, it seems like the French getting stretched out here. I mean, the Cossacks did break, but they broke that Carabinier, so a bit of a win there. And you've got the infantry pushing forward here. Whether they're going to try and go for a bayonet charge, I'm not sure. Oh, they are. Here we go. Going in with bayonets first. And the French in square. It's not a great formation to receive a bayonet charge, but there you go. We'll have a look, see how that goes. Another big sort of like line fight starting to take place over here, and another cavalry fight. Dragoons of the Royal Guard of Italy here going in. Some pretty good cav. They're getting held back by Russian dragoons at the moment. But there is Russian infantry starting to break, along with the Chevaliers over here doing a bit of work, trying to break through. Seems like the Great Redoubt is slowly, inch by inch, being taken by Rainier here. He's doing it with his Saxon troops. Davout really needs to get into this fight. He's got a lot of reserves here. He needs to throw them forward, try and do something. Actually, a lot of units for the French that can't form the square. Which, I mean, whether the Russians could take advantage of that, I don't know. So much the volleys go off. Fire when ready. Vive l'Empereur! That should be the war cry going up right now, but it doesn't seem like they're interested. Big Russian rout here, though, going on. You can see the French now taking advantage of this position. And yeah, I mean, the Russians now having to retreat. I mean, they're making good progress now with the French. After that initial Russian resistance. French here being broken. The Russians seem like they're making good progress over here. The French are in, like, full retreat. They've got, what, some Trilliers, they've got some Grenadiers of the line. Oh, there is a Grenadier of the line unit. Excellent. Good to see. Hopefully they can do some work. Running, French cav back here, though, is being routed. This is not a good sign. Lots of, like, Chevaliers being broken here. But yeah, the Cossacks in the back line just running havoc. Got some Italian Dragoons now being shifted over, but the Cossacks, they're going to run for their lives. I don't give a damn about those boys. There's a lot of Russian reserves here on this road. They need to get moving. They need to get, like, moving down this road because Russia in a little bit of a pickle, that's for sure. Okay, what have we got here? We've got, looks like Italian Legare engaged with the Russians. Can't imagine they're going to break through this. But who knows? Maybe they will. But there you go. Yeah, Rainier has fully taken the redoubt. So I mean, that's a great success for the French. Pushing the Russians back. I mean, the Russians yeah, full retreat on this side. Not looking too good. And then we have the Velite Grenadiers over here. More of them are being sent forward. What do we got here? What's the Spanish infantry? Very multinational army is this. This is the French army at this point, which is one of the awesome things about it. It really is. Conscripts of the Royal Guard. They may be conscripts, but they're Royal Guard conscripts, so they should be pretty good. I think it's like just basically their version of the Young Guard. I'm not sure. Yeah, Allies have captured a building, or the French captured a building. It's just a building over here, I think. The Russians swinging around this side, though, obviously can threaten quite all the French lines here. They do need to be careful. I don't know how many more Russians there are back here, but I imagine a good deal. I don't think they've done a damage. They've done some damaging blows, but I don't think they've done the lethal blow yet to the Russians. Lots of Russian light infantry setting up over here, making a sort of a second line. I mean, if the Russians could kill a general, that would be a big win. There's a lot of Russian cav back here now. What, 1, 2, 3 units? I mean, there is Dragoons of the Royal Guard. They've got more Dragoons here, just sitting, waiting. They could try and go for these artillery pieces. Not necessarily generals, but they're good pieces to go after. Rainier is just sat here as well, which has got a great name, Jean-Louis Ebenezer. What a great name. The Russians opening fire early on these Frenchies, trying to get the advantage on them. Okay, there's more charging going on somewhere. Oh, it's over here. That's why the French have made a push across over their Italian infantry. We've got Russian line infantry going in here, trying to force back across. And imagine the Italians will lose this fight. I'd imagine so, but we'll see. Bringing up some legates, trying to help. More Carabiniers Royal Guard. Where they send them into melee. But they haven't been doing so well against Russian infantry, so maybe not. So there you go, the Italians broken. That was not too hard, to be honest. And the Russians now, I mean, they're really threatening this Carabinieri over here as well. I mean, that's green on green. That'd be quite confusing, actually. Yeah, the light infantry going in here, they should break pretty quickly. Building has fallen to the enemy, so the Russians have taken this building. The Russians are sweeping around. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at the sheer amount of Cossacks back here that are waiting. Okay, yeah, they're in trouble with the French. And here we go, we've got Russian cav now going in. Cossacks engaging here with the Dragoons. And here we go, going after the guns is the Cossack unit here. Big push, really nicely done. Can they get a general? Can they get Rainier? I don't know. We're seeing Dragoons of the Royal Guard, I think, going to cut off that potential attack. I'd have the Cossacks now to quickly take out this gun here. They can take this out nice and easy. There you go. This is easily done. Oh, actually, they didn't manage to take it all out. They took one out, but not that many. Well, that was a bit of a loss there, but yeah, the Russians look like they get their Cossacks getting repulsed, no surprise. They usually do, they're just light capped in there to annoy units, they're not really frontline fighters.
Our men are running from it.
But there you go, they broke the Dragoons that time. That was a surprise, but I guess maybe the Dragoons tired fighting from a previous fight. The Cossacks are trying to push on, but they're pretty low on morale. And they get broken immediately there by the Dragoons of the Royal Guard. What are they going for back here? Or more just like Ligure and stuff. Just annoying stuff. With a bayonet charge, we've got the Germans going into bayonet. Some Ruskies. And they're being sent packing pretty quickly. And the Russians on this right flank here doing a really good job. Now bending the French line, forcing them to turn units away from the front line to engage us as sort of like river line combat here. Still plenty of Cossacks in the back line. Looks like they might have had an all Cossack army at some point. That looks like quite likely. Russians going in here, dealing with some trilliers. Again, a pretty easy fight for them. And look at that, the Russian right, French left, sorry, Russian right doing pretty badly or pretty well, depending on who you're rooting for. If you're rooting for the French, it's not looking great. French going in again after more Cossacks. Low morale, this Dragoon of the Royal Guard, and it did in fact break. It's just actually had to pull out of a combat here with the Russian Dragoons. So this is not a good sign here, and it looks like Eugene over here could be about to get taken out, along with his artillery here. His artillery is in a whole sort of mess, but there you go. Cossacks break. The Dragoons just need to be decisive. They need to kill something. Otherwise, they'll just get shot down just stood here. To be honest, it's nearly happened. Oh, a big bayonet charge here from the French. Looks like, well, the Italians really. Looks like it was successful as well. They broke through. The Russians are counter-charging now. Trying to break some of these conscripts. Seeing if they really are conscripts or whether they are truly elite. And it seems like they're conscripts. They broke. In go the Russians again, trying to take out this artillery. Looks like they're going to be successful. They broke that. Are they going to be able to get one of these generals like Eugene? I don't know. Keep him just like well enough protected. Oh, and the Russians are really wrapping up the French on this side here. Shooting them in the back. And also bayonet charging them. Yeah, this is GG on the French left here. It's going to be down to Rainier or Davout over on this side to try and make some action happen. Davout, though, I feel like it's just not really. He's not done a lot. He's just been in line fights. I guess really the main punching power is supposed to come from Eugene, where his grenadiers and his Velite grenadiers and stuff like that are just going to actually make an effect in bayonet charges. The Cossacks here going in against this infantry again, breaking that Spanish infantry nicely. They're trying to make it easy enough for the Russian infantry to come swinging round. Rainier's men, by the way, are taking a lot of morale hits. Combat. Oh, the Russians are charging in Dragoons literally behind us. These guys saw them square. I don't know if they can. I don't think they can. And this is one of the things that the Russians have to take advantage of. They've done a pretty decent job there. A lot of counter-charging French infantry there, though, as well. So they also have to be careful. The Russians could just open fire onto them. Do a lot of morale hits here. But yeah, the Russians getting no relief as the French infantry that charged into those Dragoons is charging in onto the Russian infantry here. Russians, in fact, did get broken. The French carry on successful here. Looks like they might break this Laguerre as well, but the Russian cav has returned. Still was not enough, and in fact it broke the Dragoons and that infantry unit. So yeah, again the French find a little bit of an opening. Russian infantry goes in here. And there's a general dead. I don't know who lost it. Oh, it was in fact Rainier. Rainier is gone. So that means that the German army here, the Saxon army, is without a general. It's leadless. Look at all these Cossacks back here. My God, they need to be careful. They are just, actually, I think they're friendly stakes. They'll be fine. But yeah, a lot of Cossacks back here. Still looking for opportunities. I mean, there's a lot of Davout's army back here as well. It's just kind of not operational. It's not doing anything. I mean, there's a lot of it looking the other way, which I understand. trying to protect the rear lines, but it needs to get up, needs to do something. Russian cab being a nuisance back here, breaking every other, like, French unit. Or at least getting it down to red or orange morale. Like, none of the French are happy. Looks like the Russians are going to get repulsed here again. The Dragoons are not having a lot of joy today. So hopefully this blobbing up does allow the Russians to get some pretty decent volleys off onto them. We'll see. Right now, without a general, though, morale is shocking. This doesn't help. He's getting flanking shot in the side now. Just to add to his woes. And here we go. The Russians going in again on this flank here. Try to break that French push, Italian push, really, I should say. Seems like you did it. And now we're going to see some Spanish infantry going in, which are probably going to break instantly. Yep, they ran instantly. What cowards. And look at that big chain run now starting to take place. I think that's mainly because of the French units are watching their men break and run. Got Cossacks in here, trying to do some pretty nasty damage. Breaking infantry units here. Once one unit breaks, others lose morale. And with the combination of infantry and cavalry, you can break a lot of Frenchies pretty quickly. And you can see over here, it's GG now. The French are just getting mopped up of what is left. Yeah, it could be the same in one of the other battles. Murat is available for the French and will be there present at the battle. So there will be a battle where the French have the cavalry advantage. But today it is the Russians have it. Cossacks jabbing away at the French, those who can form square. That's been a real problem for the French today. I mean, they fought an army that is carrying majority and did not bring a lot of squares. Whether they could, I don't know. I can't really remember, but I feel like they could bring a reasonable amount of squares. Also melee. I think they shouldn't have challenged the Russians in melee so much. They did have some pretty solid grenadier units and guard units, but it doesn't mean that they can beat everything. A general dying over here. I think that's one of Eugene's generals. He's dying there, and yeah, that's really it. There's like a couple of units left. They're just getting swamped. Good to see the grenadiers, the line holding on. These absolute weapons here. They don't mess around. Big charges though. Carrying the back lines. We've got Cossacks here breaking stuff. I mean, also, yeah, look at this. Morale is just awful. And there you go. I think that's the battle on the left flank of Borodino. It did kind of shift to the center a little bit there at the end. But yeah, that is the aim anyway. A lot of research done into these battles, so definitely worth checking out. And yeah, unfortunately, unit stats aren't showing. But well done to everyone that took part. This was sent in by Johnny Le Buffoon, who was playing as one of the Eugene Corps, as you can see here. Most kills getting with his guard, his Royal Guard Dragoons, 174. And then his Italian Legate getting 100. And everything else under that not doing so great. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy, and are looking forward to the next two parts of the Borodino mini-series. They are coming out the next day and the day after that. So, like I said, it'll be center and then the right flank. And yeah, if you want to see more of these sort of mini-series, do let me know. Give me some recommendations in the comments. It's very much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.